start by introducing the starters for today's contest. Let's give a warm round of applause as we welcome out. For Team Russia, in the cage, number 1 we'll have Anna Ustokina. Number 3 will be Katarina Prokofyeva. Number 4, Alvina Karimova. Number 7, Katarina Lisunova. Number 8, Anastasia Simonovic. Number 10, Evgenia Soboleva. Number 11, Evgenia Ivanova. And your starters for Team USA will have number 13 in the cage, Ashley Johnson. Also starting number 4, Rachel Fatal. Wearing cap 6, the captain, Maggie Steffens. Number 7, Courtney Matheson. Number 8, please welcome Kylie Nuschel.
Yeah.
Wearing cap 11, number 11, Mackenzie Fisher. And rounding out our starters, number 12, Cammie Craig. Our officials for tonight's contest are 2 of the world's finest, and they're also 2 of San Diego's finest, Mr. Rozart and Ms. Dabegian. Ladies, 2 minutes of game time.
Yeah! So, y'all know what time it is.
Oh, that's
The show. Yeah! 3, 6, 5, yeah! Papa, you. Right now, man. Going, hey! We gon' hey, know how we hey, go, hey! Right! Loose, got me loose. Yo, no control. Let me get my pocket and roll up in this zone line.
USA Water Polo's coverage
of a 3-game exhibition series featuring the 2016 U.S. Olympic women's water polo team and the Russian women's water polo national team, alongside USA Water Polo High Performance Director John Abdu. Greg Meskel joining you here poolside in Del Mar, home of the Dons, for the first of 3. The final steps on the road to Rio for Team USA. Olympic competition starts August 9th in Brazil, but first, USA and Russia tonight here in San Diego, and the opening sprint is controlled by Team USA. They are wearing the white caps, Russia in the dark. The officials on this one, Steve Rotsart and Danielle Debejian, are starters for Team USA. Ashley Johnson in the goal. Cami Craig, celebrating her 29th birthday, goes at center. Mackenzie Fisher, Kylie Nuschel, Courtney Mathewson, Maggie Steffens, and Rachel Fatal to begin things. And for Team Russia, Anna Ustakiva on the job in net. Joining her, veteran Ekaterina Prokofayeva, Elvina Karamova, Ekaterina Lisanova, Anastasia Simonovic, Evgenia Soboleva, and Evgenia Ivanova for head coach Alexander Gaidakov. Russia qualified in the Olympic qualification tournament for the Olympics, just like Team USA, and their head coach Adam Krikorian and John Wren for a treat here tonight. A packed house in San Diego.
Yeah, Greg, we talked about preparation a lot leading up to this game, as Ashley Johnson with a glove right-hand save to start the game here on defense for Team USA, but preparation's over. This is crunch time now. These are the last 3 games before the teams head off to Rio de Janeiro to start the Olympic Games. The team's been selected, so the time is now.
Glare, a bit of a factor here as the evening wears on in San Diego. You can see the Russian keeper, Ustakiva, battling the sun there a bit. Team USA on the attack. Here's Mackenzie Fisher, now Fatal. Into Craig, looking to break free, deals to Steffens. She puts it away. Maggie Steffens controlled the high pass and delivered for the first goal of the night.
Here, Greg, you get to see a look at just how dominating Cami Craig is. She had full control of the situation, shows her hand to receive the entry pass there from Rachel Fatal, knew exactly what she was doing the whole time, gets the pass out, dry over to Maggie Steffens, catch and shoot. First goal of the game. And
a good look there at Steffens' leg. She had to go up and get that pass. A little high from Craig and made it work. 1-0, Team USA in front. And now Russia back on the attack. This is Soboleva controlling. Steffens guarding there. Russia always a tough team defensively. Can come out with a heavy press, make life miserable on the offensive end as Kylie Nuschel is excluded. Team USA going up on their first 6-on-5 and make that Russia on their first power play opportunity as Nuschel goes off. And a good chance here for the Russians to draw even.
No, historically speaking, Greg, you're right. The Russians have been one of the best women's water polo teams in the world for a long time now. And so they're going to cause some problems here as they prepare for their Olympics coming up here as well.
Sides are even. Maddie Musselman has come on. A quick turn, and Johnson gets a little bit of that and then goes wide of the goal, out of play. And Team USA will take control, so Johnson letting that one fly. And Team USA now turns to offense. Here's Courtney Mathewson.
6-on-5 counter-attack opportunity for Team USA.
Right into Craig, turning inside, lost the handle, and she draws the exclusion. And that will go against Russia and Evgenia Soboleva. And so now Team USA with their first power play. Here's Mathewson, now around the way to Rachel Fatal. Musselman, there it is, Maddie Musselman, and Team USA quickly ahead, 2-0 this time on the power play strike.
Great finish there for Maddie Musselman as you get a second look. Best part about this shot, Greg, is you get a really a good look at her legs and her length and her athleticism. The ball's high, she keeps it high above her head. Nothing special, just powers it home right through the blocker and the goalie. USA up 2-0.
Great angle there from our crew behind the goal, able to see Musselman, one of the younger members of Team USA, one of 3 on this final 13 that have yet to play in college water polo. She's committed to UCLA, but just coming off her high school career. Inside double team, Steffens, and now KK Clark, who's come on, comes up with the steal. And they'll give back to Ashley Johnson. Opening minutes here, 3 minutes gone by, first quarter. We're here in Del Mar, San Diego County, as USA leads Russia 2-0 in the first of a 3-game set. They'll head to UCLA Sunday and then Stanford next Wednesday. We'll have live coverage throughout right here on Facebook, USA Water Polo's homepage. Kelly Gilchrist is checked in. Here's Steffens. Gilchrist, the shot if she wants it, goes backdoor, off the water, off the bar. Clark couldn't put it home, and Russia controls.
You get a look here at this almost second unit. Only 13 athletes on an Olympic roster. 2 of them have to be goalies, so you're talking about 11 players that can play in the so-called field in water polo. So Coach Corian going with 4 subs coming in, leaving 2, leaving Musselman and Steffens in the lineup, putting new fresh 4 bodies in. You get a look here. This will be some of the sub-rotations we may see in Rio.
Yeah, we're getting very close to Olympic competition here, so both sides really starting to get an idea of how they're going to do things when they get to the Olympic Games.
Well, and to that point, Greg, right, in a basketball game, if you have 12 athletes, you can sub all 5 players in, put 5 fresh new ones in. But in water polo, you can't do that with a 13-person roster. So at most, you can put 5 fresh new players in. So it's interesting to see tactically how you would attack substitutions as Aria Fisher draws the exclusion inside at 2 meters.
Aria Fisher, youngest member of Team USA, drawing the exclusion there on Glazina of Russia. So the second power play chance here for Team USA. There's Musselman looking for another. Deals to Fisher around the way. Gilchrist, 1 touch to Clark as Team USA regroups. Sides even. Musselman, there it is. Maddie Musselman again. She has 2 right as the exclusion came to a close, and Team USA has jumped out to a quick 3-0 advantage.
A longer power play there for Team USA as you get another look here. A few passes around the perimeter, and we get another nice setup there for Maggie Steffens. And you get another look at the great hands, great legs, great balance and poise for the young Maddie Musselman, who's able to finish her second goal of the game.
Musselman forfeiting her senior year of high school at Corona Del Mar. Now, she did do the education part of things, going to online school, and graduated even early. But dedicated to not even the guarantee, but the potential to make this Olympic team, and
right.
took a bit of a gamble, as many of these younger athletes did, and her hard work and dedication paid off. And here she is now, a 2016 Olympian, as a returning Olympian, Mel Seidemann, onto the perimeter for a steal, and Coach Corian will call for time with 3:16 to play, first quarter, a 3-0 lead for Team USA. And John, we see this often. The visiting team, Europe, Australia, they come in, and that first game is often shaking off the cobwebs. Maybe they're coming off of a long flight, still getting acclimated. We don't want to go into excuse mode here, but it just happens, and it happens to the U.S. when they go to other countries too. That first game is a struggle, and you're seeing here they're still kind of getting into the groove in this first quarter. Russia in the hole now, 3-0.
No doubt, Greg. I think the Russians have been here for a little less than 48 hours, and that's not a short flight, not a puddle jumper plane.
Yeah.
You know, this is a long trip for them. And again, I'm with you. We're not making excuses, but having been a coach on the opposite side here of taking my teams overseas to try to compete, there's really very little you could do to prepare them for that first game. You do everything you can. You make sure you're hydrated. You make sure you're well rested. Make sure you get everything you need nutrition-wise to be ready for the game. Good workout, good warm-up. But the reality is it takes some reps and it takes some movement to really get into the rhythm. And we've seen this at every series. As we get to Game 2, Game 3, these games will get closer.
And that's why this is, of course, a training or a friendly series. When you talk about the high-level events, a World Championship and Olympic Games, for instance, Team USA will arrive in Brazil August 2nd.
That's right.
A long ways away from that August 9th opening match against Spain. Plenty of time to get acclimated.
And that is completely by design. Get into the village, get comfortable, get acclimated. And so there is no excuse on that first game.
It also doesn't hurt. Rio just 4 hours ahead of the Pacific time zone. As Team USA running out of time in that last possession. And they've returned with half of that starting unit. Nushel and Fatal are back in. Cami Craig as well guarding now on the perimeter. 2:37 to play. First quarter, all Team USA to start. 2 from Maddie Musselman on the way to a 3-0 lead. And now an exclusion against Maggie Steffens. And Russia will call for time. A power play coming for the Russians. Failed on their first opportunity. And a second chance coming here. 2:33 to play. 3-0 Team USA in front. We mentioned the series continues. UCLA on Sunday. Tickets still available. 2 p.m. Playing host in Westwood. Should be a fantastic environment. And then on to Northern California in the Rumble to Rio. And announced today that match next Wednesday at Stanford sold out. No more tickets available. We'll have live coverage here via USA Water Polo TV. But it's no small task to sell at the Avery Aquatic Center. That place is going to be rocking come Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Pacific time. The next two should be great environment, just like tonight. Tough to find a seat here at Del Mar.
Yeah, great setting here tonight at Cathedral Catholic High School. Big thanks to Coach Brett Ormsby and his staff for having us out here and hosting us. But this facility just keeps getting nicer and nicer, and a beautiful place to host here. Coach Brett Ormsby himself, a 2004 Olympian for Team USA, so good to see him giving back to his alumni.
Power play here for Russia out of the break. The drop pass there for Prokofyeva on the perimeter. Nice cross pass. Big fake, nothing there. Now they take it and score. Russia on the board, connecting on the power play goal. And Olga Gorbanova hitting on the power play strike. A second look here. Russia too strong on offense to be held scoreless for much longer. They deliver here.
I really like what Gorbanova did here. She took her time, was patient, saw a hole in the blocker there, was able to get through the near side shot blocker and the goalie. Was patient on her legs. Nice precision shot there for Russia. Gets them on the board here in the first quarter.
Here's Gilchrist. 2 minutes to play, first quarter. Gilchrist from Newport Beach, California. Goes into Aria Fisher. She launches that one high, sails it over the goal, and Russia takes control. And now a backcourt exclusion here, and Aria Fisher got tangled up with the veteran Prokofyeva and caught in the backcourt. Easy call there for Steve Rotsart, and now a power play again for Russia.
Yeah, youngster got up there. Aria Fisher puts up a shot. She wished she could get back, and then facing her defender, easy exclusion call to make as Russia misses their 6-on-5 opportunity here. But an immediate substitution for Aria Fisher. We see Courtney Mathewson replace her here. She'll hear from her center coach, Chris Oening, no doubt about her positioning and what she can do better there.
Here's Mathewson now, from the youngest to the oldest on Team USA. The 29-year-old Mathewson controls, gives off to Musselman. Shot clock to 5 for Team USA. Gilchrist controlling. No look to Fatal. Tough spot here with 2 on the shot clock, but she'll get a look. And she wisely dumps it aside. No shot to be had there for Rachel Fatal as the clock falls to about a minute left here in the first quarter. 3-0 start for Team USA. Russia scoring the last. Contra foul called, a grab of the suit. Simonovic in at about the 3-meter area. And Johnson will lead the attack.
Yeah, probably the last possession here for Team USA. You see Melissa Seidemann setting up here at center forward position.
And she immediately draws an exclusion, loses her cap. That's Mathewson without the cap or the swim cap. Hats everywhere here as we close out the first quarter. Off the post, rebound in front, a scramble for it, and Musselman there with the long arms, arriving first. Shot clock is off, just 13 seconds to play, first quarter. Team USA holding a 3-1 lead. Mathewson, no cap, no problem. Courtney Mathewson puts Team USA ahead 4-1 with 8 seconds to go in the first.
Such a deceiving release from Courtney Mathewson as you get another look here. You think the play is over. You think people are out of position. No cap, no water polo cap, no problem. No looks, it goes right back and skips it in the low corner.
And last chance here for Russia. At mid-tank, Prokofyeva trying for something, wave it off. That shot wouldn't have counted. And we've come to the end of one quarter here in San Diego. A strong start for Team USA. They lead Russia 4-1. We are back with second quarter action. Stay with us. You're watching live on Facebook.com/USAWP. Welcome back to Cathedral Catholic High School. We're here in San Diego, California. John Abdu, Greg Meskel here with you. Thanks for joining us on Facebook Live. Appreciate everyone checking in the comments section. Big weekend of water polo coming up with the Junior Olympics starting Saturday. More USA-Russia action on Sunday. Announced today, Team USA men's captain Tony Azevedo will be part of the official Olympic team announcement for all the athletes of Team USA Saturday in Venice Beach. So a lot going on as we march towards the Olympic Games and, of course, the Junior Olympics starting Saturday. So a 4-1 start here for Team USA. They led 3-0 on the strength of 2 Maddie Musselman goals. Russia came back with their first, and then Courtney Matthewson delivering late in the first. And now Kylie Nusho controls here to start off the second quarter. Great crowd here in San Diego. Packed facility at Cathedral Catholic. Steffens off the mark, sailed it high. Cathedral Catholic, reminiscent of our trip to Ransom Everglades in Miami, another one of these high school campuses that would give a college a run for its money.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Here's Russia on the attack. Ivanova moving in. Thought about cross cage, tried to stuff it near side and off the post. Johnson was there as well. And Musselman takes control. Don't forget live stats available via the Foch. TheFoch.net, your home for all USA Water Polo home national team games and the stats around them. Rachel Fatal now on the counter. Getting into position. Knocked down from behind. A hand to the head there from Timofeva, but no call. Here's Clark, 4 on the clock. The exclusion. Little give and go. They had Fatal there. Clark couldn't get it back to her. Timofeva excluded.
Yeah, we get a good look at a 6-on-5 set piece now for Team USA to get the chance to set up.
Both teams back at full strength. Musselman with the ball.
Musselman has a hat trick, and it's not even halftime.
That's a hat trick for her work in the afternoon.
That's a third for Maddie Musselman. Turned 18 years old on June 16th, the day it was announced. She was a 2016 Olympian. Not a bad way to celebrate your birthday. And connects 3 goals all around that same spot.
Yep. And I talked about them running a set piece there. I think the play was give the ball to Maddie Musselman at the one spot. And I would say keep doing that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It has proved beneficial here tonight. 90 seconds gone by, second quarter. Quick turn and a beauty, cross cage. Nadeza Glazina with her first, and Russia back on the board, now trailing 5-2.
You get a good look here. Almost a bad angle shot for a right-hander on the opposite side of the pool there. A little bit of miscommunication there on defense. Leaves her open to bury that shot cross cage. Russians have always been great shooters. You give them that much space, they're going to put the ball away.
When we talk about that from game to game, sometimes conventional wisdom, people think you're near side, try and shoot near side, but you can maybe fool a keeper or fool some defense if you can make it work to go cross cage. You said difficult angle. Musselman bounces that one off the bar. Under 6 to play, first half, 5-2 lead for Team USA. Russia's Olympic team still to be determined. 15 athletes named for this event. Of course, the Olympic roster only 13. That's where Team USA is at. They've been going with 13 since the 16th of June. Nice save, Johnson. And depending on the calendar, the team doesn't always get a chance to play that many games as an Olympic unit before the Olympic Games. It's worked out well this year. They'll get 6 games as an officially named Olympic roster before they actually start Olympic competition.
Yeah, no doubt. You never know as we get Maddie Musselman center cage with the ball.
Sails that one. Take cover behind the goal. Those are prime seats unless the shot misses.
That's a bit of a heat check now for Musselman.
Yeah.
He's missed 2 in a row after making 3 in a row to start the game. But you're right, Greg. I mean, really, the amount of games and the amount of minutes this team has logged together before they go to Rio is unprecedented for USA Water Polo. So it's a good thing to continue to do this, as Kylie Nuschel with her second exclusion against her in this game. So she's got 2 fouls. You only get 3 of those exclusions in a game before you're out. So all good things for Team USA as they prepare for Rio. We just hope it's not too much in terms of the travel they've had all over the place here. So.
Shot attempt high on the power play attempt. Russia falls now to 1 for 4 on the 6-on-5 as Coach Krikorian calls for timeout. And you alluded to the travel. Team USA out to the East Coast for a 3-game set with Hungary, down to Miami, up to Greenwich, Connecticut, to the Bronx.
Yep.
Prior to that, some stops in California, Los Angeles. They went up to Fresno, California. Great scene there at Fresno State. And, of course, this 3-game series here, Los Angeles, essentially a home game, and then on to Stanford on Wednesday before they then head to Houston, and then from Houston through official team processing and then on to Rio.
And the beauty of this Olympics, having tried to follow Team USA for the last 4 Olympics before this one, and really trying to pay attention to everything we're doing, 5 Olympics, excuse me, even further back, not to date myself, but
sure.
Yeah. But really to try to pay attention as closely and follow every game and every player. At this time in our history, we've never been able to have this much access as a fan, right? So just as a fan of water polo, you can watch every one of these games on Facebook Live right now. The team has traveled around the country, so if you want to see them live, you have access to see them live. For the Olympic Games, NBC is going to live stream everything online. So really any event, any sport, you get a chance to see it. So I think it's pretty incredible in terms of the access that we all have just as water polo fans and lovers to be able to see the athletes and the teams as much as we have.
And a turnover. Team USA turns it over out of the timeout. And John, you're exactly right. As this game is airing, folks can interact, add comments. We love hearing your thoughts about the match. Russia on the counter, spinning and off the mark. Good individual effort there from Elvina Karamova, but couldn't finish. And Team USA remains ahead 5-2.
A scary play. Contra foul on one end is going to lead to a counterattack on the opposite end. Karamova just doesn't finish. She could have made this a 2-goal game here in the second quarter.
Let's see if Team USA can make them pay, perhaps add another. Cammie Craig in at 2 meters. Here's Fatal. Shot clock to 5. Musselman now. That's on the mark. So you talked about the heat check. Missed a couple. She comes back with her 4th. And a 6-2 lead for Team USA.
I would say on that left side of the pool, Maddie Musselman is not just one of the youngest players to play that side of the pool this coming Olympics. She's going to be one of the most dangerous. You get another look there from behind the goal, able to beat the blocker near side. Again, great legs, great patience, great fundamentals. That's what makes her a great player.
From a great athletic family, her sister Alex, starting goalkeeper for UCLA this past women's collegiate season. Working inside, and a penalty called. Timofeeva taking on multiple defenders. And the penalty will go against Seidemann. And Russia here with a chance to cut the deficit down to 3 as Prokofyeva, the captain, will step up. And scores it. Low angle wrist release there from Prokofyeva and makes it look quite simple.
Goes with the quick release on the penalty shot there. Doesn't bring the ball up high, so just wrists it in. And that's one of the only ways you could really beat Ashley Johnson there, who's ready for it. Doesn't give her much time to react, puts the ball away. But give credit to Timofeeva with a really strong reverse turn at the center forward position to draw the penalty shot. Now it's a 6-3 game. The Russians are going to put their goals up now that they're getting a little more comfortable and acclimated, Greg.
Power play on the other end for Team USA. Exclusion on the perimeter against Gorbaronova. She has 1 goal already. Team USA, their 5th attempt on the power play. Matthewson, the donut. I think that one went clear over the keeper's head. for a 7-3 USA lead.
Now you watch her shoot the ball. You never know when the ball's coming off of her wrist. And we get another look here. We'll see where the placement goes. Beautiful replay shot here from behind the goal. Center cage for Mathewson. Just buries it.
Not exactly over the head, but close, and Mathewson has 2, and Team USA ahead 7-3.
Well, that's how she's earned her spot on this team. Forget another Olympics, Courtney Mathewson. She's able to really provide a huge scoring threat, shooting threat from the outside for Team USA, and also the veteran leadership in the locker room and on the bench.
And a timeout called. 2:55 to play. 7-3, Team USA in front. You talked about Musselman and Mathewson. They are the goal scorers here for the most part. 4 from Musselman, 2 from Courtney Mathewson now. Maggie Steffens did add another, but it's funny, the oldest and one of the youngest, they often room together on road trips, and they've become fast friends. And Mathewson always joking that Musselman kind of keeps her in the know on the newer things in life, Snapchat or some new young musician, and Mathewson can kind of teach her more of the ropes of being a part of the senior national team and what's expected out of an Olympian, and I think it's been a good match.
Yeah, it's a good pairing. I could use a lesson myself about some of these young things, and
yes.
I am absolutely lost. Yeah.
We will not be giving any Snapchat clinics anytime soon, but
no.
We do appreciate everyone that follows USA Water Polo on Snapchat and all of our social media, especially right here on Facebook, where this game is being broadcast live. Don't hesitate, folks. Share this video. Let the rest of your Facebook community know about USA and Russia right now live in San Diego. Russia on the advantage out of the timeout. 2:37 to play. Second quarter action. It's a 4-goal lead, and that one crisscrosses off the bar, off the post, and a long rebound for Russia. Sides come even now. Power play is over. But a new shot clock for the Russians. Here's Karamova. Off the mark. Tried to paint that corner, not to be, and Team USA will have it back ahead by 4.
Plenty of opportunities there for the Russians. Can't put it away. Let's see if Team USA can continue to extend the lead.
Rachel Fatal moving in. Seidemann bounces it into Fisher, and that does the job. Aria Fisher drawing an exclusion again. Karamova excluded. And a power play here for Team USA. Fisher. Field block right in front. Seidemann tries to shovel it home. That's saved as well. Russia taking control.
Aria Fisher starts that whole play by drawing the exclusion. Initiates a lot of contact inside. That's good for a center forward. I mean, she can clean up a little bit of what she's doing with her back to the basket, so to speak. But that contact and that physicality in front of the goal is going to draw a lot of exclusions in Rio.
Russia being pressured out beyond 5 meters. One player inside the 2, and that's saved by Johnson. They tried to get Borisova going towards the goal. And now an opportunity here as Steffens is ahead of her defender, Borisova. The mini counter here for Team USA. Steffens moving in. They'll try and go back to Aria Fisher. That pass too tough to handle, and an easy steal for Karamova as Seidemann on the missed connection with Aria Fisher down at 2 meters.
And the good defense from Maggie Steffens on this end of the pool. Thought she could go coast to coast there. Nobody in front of her. She could have kept going straight to the goal.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Opportunity to get that one-on-one play. Instead gives the ball up and breaks it up.
Yeah, kind of gave Russia a little bit more time to recover.
Correct.
Johnson leaping out of the cage to make that save. One last chance here for Team USA. Shot clock is off. Here's Seidemann all on her lonesome. Inside, Fisher right in front, misses it in close. Missed the chip shot right off the bar. And Russia will have it. Just a couple of seconds left, and they're not going to get a shot off. And that brings us to halftime. And Team USA remains in control. They lead this one 7-3 thanks to Maddie Musselman, 4 goals to lead all scorers. We have reached the half in San Diego. We'll take a timeout and return. Third quarter action on the way. Stay with us. You're watching USA and Russia live from Cathedral Catholic High School. Third quarter about to begin. Welcome back poolside, along with John Abdu. Greg Meskel here with you on USA Water Polo TV. Thanks for joining us. Our first ever game broadcast on Facebook Live. We appreciate all the comments, everyone checking in. And Team USA appreciate your support. They're off to the good start, ahead 7-3. We're here in San Diego. Third quarter about to begin. We're at Cathedral Catholic High School in Del Mar. The first of a 3-game series, USA and Russia. Sunday at UCLA, 2 p.m. start. Tickets still available at usawaterpolo.org or uclabruins.com as Russia controls the opening sprint. And then it closes Wednesday evening at Stanford, 7 p.m. Matches sold out, dubbed the Rumble to Rio. No more tickets available, but we will have live coverage of both games at UCLA and Stanford right here on Facebook Live. John, we look back at that first half, and I think partially Russia maybe shaking off some of the cobwebs here from the long trip as Johnson comes up with it, but they're in a hole here by 4. Any adjustments you see off the top they can make to get back into this?
Well, I'd say it's mainly defense, right? The score might be USA 7, Russia 3, but it's also Maddie Musselman 4, Russia 3. So just alone in their 5-woman defense, woman down defense, player advantage situations, they need shot blocking. They need to get their arms up. They need to make it a little bit more difficult for the Americans to get these goals.
Shot clock about to expire. Fatal on the lob, almost painted the corner. That was off the post. Russia has gone to their backup keeper. We see Anna Karnak come on, wearing number 13.
Well, there it is. That's a tough shot for the Americans to score there. So better defense by the Russians. You see them a little more comfortable getting out here a little bit. More white water in the counterattack form in transition.
And Johnson with the steal. And you see a goalie change, and I think if you watch the average game, there might be a thought, well, the coaching staff is not too happy with that keeper.
Right, right.
That could be the case. They allowed 7 goals, but part of it also is they're testing out a lot of players. Matthewson somehow couldn't connect off the post from point-blank range, but a goalie change sometimes means they just want to get a look at someone else in a game for a half, especially in these friendlies.
Well, particularly leading up to the Olympics. You want to make sure you're making the right choices, the right substitutions, the right lineups. So it would be wise for the Russians to keep feeling it out if they don't feel confident in one person.
Steffens guarding efficiently. Matthewson comes over for the steal. Back to Ashley Johnson. A long outlet pass. Finds Mackenzie Fisher in stride. Here's Craig. A little over 2 minutes gone by. Third quarter, a 7-3 lead for Team USA. No look inside. Easy exclusion call. Zimanovic climbing up on top of Craig. And a power play now for the United States. Steffens big no look. Here's Mackenzie Fisher, Gilchrist. Steffens, Matthewson doesn't miss from there. Courtney Matthewson has a hat trick. And an 8-3 lead for Team USA.
You just get to see, Greg, the dominance of USA in the middle of the pool. Cammie Craig, Aria Fisher, Melissa Seidemann, whoever's posting up for Team USA is drawing exclusions. Another look on the power play here. Beautiful ball movement to get the ball to Matthewson at the end there for the bar down finish. She's not going to miss 2 in a row from that same angle.
Matthewson, another UCLA grad on this team. Catino Award winner in her time in Westwood, and multiple-time NCAA championship winner.
Ooh.
Shot there is off the bar. You played at UCLA on the women's side between 05 and 09. You didn't have too many rough nights. It was a pretty good time there as they won 5 straight NCAA titles.
Yeah, Coach Krikorian leading the way there and paved the way for him to go from winning all those NCAA championships to then leading the USA national team and a gold medal as we see Cammie Craig inside.
Cammie Craig goes beast mode in at 2 meters. And just shedding defenders as she turns inside for a powerful score. her first, and a 9-3 lead for Team USA.
Great look here as the ball comes inside, snaps away. Great finish, strong move to the ball. Just talked about it a second ago. Advantage for Team USA is inside their center forwards, Cammie Craig, Aria Fisher. Melissa Seidemann as a secondary post-up. Really, any of the athletes on this team can come in and post up when they can, and when they do, good things happen. Lots of exclusions drawn, good looks on goal. It's always better to dominate the game from inside rather than out, Greg.
You work a lot on the development side of things as Russia now tries to go inside. Was curious, was that a Cammie Craig move right out of the ODP textbook there as far as form and finish and technique?
Pretty darn close.
Off the post for Russia, USA controls.
There was a face spin seal snap to the ball and step out and finish. So I'd say she followed pretty much the textbook procedure as we see Maggie Steffens working on the opposite end.
Turning and a save there for Karnak. As you described that, I had a flashback to the mobile coaching app and the ODP coaching videos and your vivid descriptions of technique.
Yes, there's a little bit of a rhythm there that you can get into, especially with the center forward movements.
Sure. 9-3 lead for Team USA. They have been in control since the opening sprint, led 3-0 early on. And on their way here as we work towards the end of the third quarter. Power play here for Russia right now. Sides coming even. That one somehow didn't go in. It seemed to touch two sides of the cage, but not the back of the net. And Ashley Johnson controls.
Good looking shot there from the Russians. You can see their talent as they get more comfortable in the water.
Musselman leaking out ahead of the crowd, goes lob and in. And a 5 spot for Maddie Musselman. And so many of her shots, John, early on to that same corner. This time she leaks out on the counter, and perhaps better than the shots in the first half is her lob shot.
Yeah, you got to look here. The best way to lob the ball is if it looks like you're going to shoot the ball hard, and at the last second you break your wrist, you're still high on your legs, still hold the ball the same way, and that's why she's so good at that shot. You could see she's up on her legs and then just releases it right off the wrist into the goal. Maddie Musselman felt like dropping 5 goals today. Still about 10 minutes of water polo left in this game, so we'll see what she can do.
A big tussle at 2 meters. Mackenzie Fisher battling there with Simonovic. 10-3 lead for Team USA. And the ball turns over. Russia coughs it up. Team USA on the counter. We'll have numbers here if they hustle as Mackenzie Fisher is ahead of her defender. Gilchrist battling the sun here as she works into the offensive end. And an exclusion called. Maria Borisova excluded. And the power play here for Team USA. KK Clark. Gilchrist. Little no-look. Steffens skips it low. Found a way. Maggie Steffens to make it an 11-3 lead for Team USA. Difficult angle, and Steffens connects.
Difficult angle, not a problem for Maggie Steffens. She gets to be isolated one-on-one here on the left side of the pool. One spot on 6-on-5. She has time. She's patient. Skips it past the keeper and the blocker. A little bit of a trend here now for Team USA. Most of the goals coming from this left side of the pool, meaning right-handed players on their strong side getting good looks. And that's the last thing you want as a coach from Russia right now, saying that you're giving one of the best teams in the world good angle shots from exactly where they want them.
Well, and for all their talents on Team USA, and it's hard to say something's missing on a team that wins this many gold medals, but no left-handers.
Right.
That's something that jumps out if you look at the elite teams in the world.
Yep.
They seem to do okay without it.
Well, this is a great example. They got 11 goals, almost all of them from this side of the pool. Obviously, some of the better teams, more prepared teams coming into Rio may try to take that away, force the shots from the opposite side of the pool, and that's where we may be looking for that lefty or a left-handed shot. But
big wind-up from the perimeter and a score for Borisova.
That's a big-time goal there from Borisova. I wouldn't give her too many looks like that. She gets big time, a lot of time to wind up with that big arm, plenty of space, whips it off of the deflection off the shot block, but she's missed a couple from that same spot earlier in this game that just missed by an inch.
So she'll take the break there to make it 11-4, 1:33 to play, third quarter. Offensive called. It's like Mackenzie Fisher and Glazina on the perimeter. And now Glazina controlling. 1:19 to play, third quarter. Gilchrist now defending at 2 meters. A clean look here. Johnson with the right hand tips it away. And new life on offense for Russia with 1:09 to play in the quarter. They'll get a new shot clock. Trailing 11-4. First of a 3-game set. Final prep here for the Olympic Games for the U.S. Women's Olympic Water Polo team. They start August 9th in Rio. They take on Spain. TV schedule is still to be announced, but will air somewhere on the NBC family of networks. Water polo expected to air CNBC, MSNBC, and the USA Network. More details at usawaterpolo.org to follow. Here's a break. Aria Fisher to Gilchrist. A big fake, a big lob, and connects Kaylee Gilchrist for an 11-4 lead for Team USA, and everything clicking now for the United States.
Big time credit there to Aria Fisher to get the ball to Kaylee Gilchrist, fighting the defender on her back in transition, and to still have the wherewithal to kick the ball out to Kaylee. Kaylee has time to fake, gets a lob in for the 12th goal of the game for Team USA.
Kaylee Gilchrist, one of 2 USC grads to make this final 13. Last chance here for Russia in the third, 7 on the shot clock. We'll get a look here from the perimeter. Johnson easily knocks it down. Timer is off, just 4 seconds left for Team USA, and Coach Krikorian will call for time, and a good chance here to demo a 3-second play.
You know, we always get a chance to practice every game situation leading into Rio. You never know when that 3-second play may be the play you need to advance out of the bracket or out of a quarterfinal, semifinal. So interesting to see what Coach draws up here as these teams prep for what's sure to be a very exciting Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro.
Great crowd here in Del Mar. Fans were lined up about an hour before game time.
Yep.
Just waiting to get in, try and get their seats. Expecting more of the same Sunday, a matinee at UCLA. Last chance here out of the timeout. Neuschel sails it. Russia will get one more look. Let that fly. Johnson out of the goal, but she watches it sail wide, and that's it for the third. Team USA continues to build on their advantage. Ahead now 12-4 as we go to the fourth quarter. 8 more minutes of action coming up from Del Mar. Stick with us. You're watching USA and Russia live on USA Water Polo TV. Welcome back to Cathedral Catholic High School. 8 more minutes to play as we get set for the start of the fourth quarter. USA 12, Russia 4. Thanks to everyone for tuning in on Facebook Live. More of this coming Sunday afternoon from UCLA. A 2 p.m. start Pacific time. We'll have all the action live. And, of course, tickets still on sale. Get over to UCLABruins.com or USAWaterPolo.org as Maddie Musselman controls the opening sprint. John, while we're playing this game here, we have our men's and women's cadet national teams north of the border in Edmonton at the Junior Pan American Championship, and a strong showing for both squads.
Yeah, both squads reaching the final championship game, with the women just losing by 1 to Canada as Aria Fisher draws yet another exclusion inside. Aria Fisher having played in that event herself as a youngster going through the pipeline. 100% of these athletes went through the pipeline for Team USA at some point or another here on the senior team. But yes, both our teams playing over there in Canada right now. Silver medal for the young women.
Musselman kicks it out. Both teams are back at full strength.
Shot clock winding down. Musselman lost the handle. Timer to 3, maybe some catch and shooting, and Fisher is field blocked away as Russia takes control on the opening possession of the fourth. And those cadet men in action right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And the best thing about that women's silver medal is that that was Team USA's born in 2000s, 2001s against the junior national team, so playing 2 levels up in a tournament against Canada's born in 97s. Men's cadet team playing as we speak against Canada, down by 3 in the third. Beat them earlier in the tournament, but that's in the gold medal game as we speak.
Lob on Johnson there. She's wise to it.
Timofeva, a force to be reckoned with inside, though. That's a tough matchup for all the USA defenders. This time Mackenzie Fisher with the advantage.
And buries it. Mackenzie Fisher going coast to coast. A high-scoring player in high school in the club ranks was asked to make the change to defender to give herself the best chance to make this team. She did it willingly, but don't forget, she can still put the ball away.
Yeah, good look here. Coast to coast, like you said, Greg. Great defense on one end, patience in transition on the other end, puts it away into the top shelf. Good things for Mackenzie Fisher. Similar play earlier with Maggie Steffens we talked about. Maggie passed the ball, broke up the transition. Mackenzie learned from that and did the right thing, kept the ball the whole way.
13-4 Team USA, 6:15 to play, fourth quarter. Russia with a look on the near side, knockdown there from Mathewson. Timer to 4. And it's field blocked away. And talking about that Fisher position change, you've coached at a variety of levels. What's that conversation like when you have to ask a player who's pretty good to say, look, we want to kind of change what you do on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, I think it's a simple one. The team is more important than the individual. And if the team means that much to you, then we need you to make this move. It's not a sacrifice. You're not asking for a sacrifice. You're asking for an adjustment to be made for the greater good of the team. I think that sacrifice word gets thrown around a lot, but you still get to be an Olympian as we see Maddie Musselman. That's a donut that you were looking for earlier, Greg, as she gets her 6th goal of the game.
The 6th is a pastry for Musselman. And the 3rd exclusion of the match for Evgenia Soboleva.
I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but Aria Fisher draws another exclusion inside. How many exclusions has Team USA drawn to the center forward position? Gets the ball out to her fellow teammate there, Maddie Musselman, puts it away over her head. But both those girls, Musselman, Aria Fisher, Mackenzie Fisher, all growing up in Orange County together, all played in ODP together, all played on the same ODP zone team growing up, and now all find themselves on the senior national team here getting ready for the Rio Olympics. Pretty amazing story.
We've talked about it often as Musselman checks out. Her dad, Jeff, former Major League pitcher. I feel like Maddie should have half the bullpen jacket on over there on the bench to keep the arm warm. As Russia adds another here. Simonovic, although these really won't factor in the outcome, as Team USA holds a very big lead. 14-5 they lead now after the Simonovic goal. Second look here.
Yeah, but beautiful shot by Simonovic there. Doesn't take the foul at 5 meters. A lot of players will wait and try to draw that foul at 5 meters to get the direct shot. Decides not to draw the foul and just gets her in the legs and puts home a skip shot. Really beautiful shot, beautiful play there from Simonovic.
Neuschel inside to Craig, and a contra foul. Cammie Craig trying to work free for the ball. Under 5 to play, fourth quarter. And Maddie Musselman, the story here, 6 goals. She's single-handedly outscored Russia in this one. Ashley Johnson has done the job defensively, along with the rest of Team USA. Musselman, make that Seidemann stepping through.
Seidemann is the best two-meter defender in the world, hands down. Sometimes I'll say one of the best.
Sure.
After you see plays like that, she's got to be the best. I mean, you're going against some strong players inside. She's able to move them with ease, gets inside position, makes it so difficult to get good position in front of the cage. It's a huge advantage for Team USA to have her on the roster.
Here's Neuschel looking inside to Craig. Neuschel sails it high, and it's interesting. Craig, Seidemann, both excellent players. You know by the facial expression when Cammie Craig's working hard.
Yes.
She's grinding down there, trying to break free. Seidemann can move someone completely out of the way without ever breaking her facial expression.
Absolutely, and that's what you want out of your defender. That's one of the qualities that makes her the best defender in the world. Is good two-meter defenders have a great poker face. She just took all your money, and nobody would know the difference, right? She sits on the table like a shark, so it's a great quality to have. As you see her again, having the advantage out of the two-meter defender position, and now leading the counterattack, a 6-on-5 advantage for Team USA.
Seidemann on the move and scores it. So versatile from defense to offense. And adds another for Team USA, up again by 10, 15-5. We don't know how she fares in the casinos, but Seidemann money in the bank here for Team USA.
You got to love it when a plan comes together. You see Seidemann there playing great two-meter D, goes coast to coast, buries the shot, all while we're singing her praises. It's a good thing. It's all coming together tonight, Greg.
Was that a A-team reference, or did that just come out naturally?
I believe it was an A-team reference. It's ingrained in me.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I'm glad you used it.
Yes. That's for all our buddies growing up in the 80s out there who spent much time watching the A-team, and the Hannibal reference right there, just for you.
Well, they made a movie, A-Team, not too long ago, so people might be a little bit more familiar with it. But field block there, and Team USA takes control. 3 minutes to go in the fourth. United States well on their way to victory in this series opener. Ahead 15-5. Seidemann tries to dish it inside to Craig, too much on it, and a steal for Russia.
It's interesting, Greg, once you get to these Olympic rosters, you only have 13 people on the roster, 13 athletes. You would think in a time like this, you're up by 10 goals in the game, hey, maybe I can clear the bench, maybe I can give some people some playing time, but it's literally impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, you only have 11 field players to use. Everybody's played, all 11 field players have played significant minutes. Maybe the one that you could do is switch the goalie. But the reality is these girls have to play, women have to play every minute of these games, as there is no second string.
Inside to Craig, and draws the penalty. Drew a crowd of 3 blue caps, and Cammie Craig draws the penalty there against Russia. That'll be on number 11, Ivanova. And now a chance here for Seidemann to add another goal.
Well, good news for us is we still get to see all these players continue to play and do what they do best. As Seidemann
saved, almost trickled in, but the save is there from Karnock. Nicely done, as Seidemann can't connect. You're right, though. You alluded to the substitution patterns. So you need 6 field players. You have a 13-person roster. 2 goalies are there. So somebody in that mix is going to play heavy minutes every time out, if not multiple folks. And you're right, there is nowhere to really hide people. Every person you pick for this roster, as that one took a wild bounce around the goal, and Johnson comes up with a save. But every person you select, you've got to be comfortable with, because you're going to need them.
Absolutely. That's why roster selections become so important for the Olympics. And staying healthy as we watch Mackenzie Fisher.
She tries to stuff it home near side, and she is blocked. And you think of a basketball team, the 12th person on the roster, they might not play all that much. That's not the case here.
Right. They may not play the whole Olympics. If you're a 12th person making an Olympic basketball roster, you may not see the water. But with only 11 field players, everybody's going to play in every game. And the good news is you play every other day. You have a chance for your body to recover and heal, and maybe you'll rack more minutes than you would in a normal weekend or in a different tournament. But
and an exclusion there on Cami Craig. She heads out. Power play for Russia, they call for time.
Well, I think that's what makes the Olympics so special to watch, right? There's really no dead time. There's no down period. Everybody gets their chance to produce here as you get a good look at the bench and this team that we're talking about. Every one of these women is going to play a significant role in whatever the outcome is in the Rio Olympic Games. And you have that time to prepare for your opponents. You know your bracket play opponents far in advance, lots of preparation leading up, and you have that day off after each game to be able to prep further for the next opponent.
Team USA, they start on August 9th against Spain, then the 11th versus China, and then a familiar foe on August 13th. They take on Hungary, who they just played in a 3-game series, and that leads to the nerve-wracking quarterfinal day on August 15th, your crossover round, and that's where you find out, is the podium a possibility or not? Well, we're a long way from that. A strong start here in the first of this 3-game series. On the player down, Team USA stacks the cage. Sides coming even now, and that one bounces wide of the cage into some seats behind the goal. And Team USA has it now. Shot clock is off with 26 seconds left. They'll call their final timeout of the game as Coach Krikorian can set things up here for their last possession.
And while some may question the sportsmanship on a timeout like that and a 10-goal lead, again, this is a friendly match. Everybody knows there's an understanding that there's Olympic preparation on the line. You get a good look at Coach Krikorian calling one of his set pieces, referencing something he's drawn up already. Gives everybody a chance to do that.
15-5 lead. And you're right. Friendly game, not a big event on the way. Why call the timeout? But they're not looking at it that way, as you alluded to.
Sure.
All preparation opportunities. As we alluded to, more games on the way. Sunday, UCLA, 2 p.m. Tickets still available. Wednesday night at Stanford, the Rumble to Rio, 7 p.m. Right in the heart of Junior Olympics, which starts Saturday. Best of luck to all the clubs that have either arrived in Northern California or are on the way for the JOs starting Saturday. But that game in between session 1 and 2 already sold out at the Avery Aquatic Center. And that finishes that 3-game series. And then our men's Olympic team will take on Montenegro July 30th in Houston. 4:30 start there, Central Time. Tickets available, usawaterpolo.org. Last try here for Team USA. Seidemann draws the power play. Kick out on Borisova, her second. Here's Fisher into Seidemann, point-blank range, and Mel finishes it off. 16-5, Team USA, and Seidemann adds the capper on this one with her second goal of the night.
I like it, Greg. Off the timeout, lots of movement, lots of teamwork. They get the ball to Steffens, gets inside to Seidemann to draw the exclusion, and then they go back to Seidemann for the goal. Mackenzie Fisher does a great job blocking the goalie, makes the pass on the power play situation. Well-developed, well-executed play for Team USA to give them their 16th goal of the game here.
5 seconds left. Final moments for Russia. Field block there, and a fitting end to this one in San Diego. Team USA finishes it off with a dominant showing. In the first game of a 3-game series, they defeat Russia 16-5. Here at Cathedral Catholic High School in Del Mar. Maddie Musselman, the story here. 6 goals, a game high to lead Team USA. A hat trick for Courtney Mathewson. 2 more for Maggie Steffens and Melissa Seidemann. They spread it around. Kaylee Gilchrist, Mackenzie Fisher add goals. Cami Craig celebrating her birthday on the scoreboard. And all of that adds up to a 16-5 victory. Ashley Johnson picks up the victory in net. And the two teams will resume play Sunday afternoon at UCLA. John, your final thoughts on this one? A real strong start from the very beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. USA came out on top early, showed their dominance and just extended it through the course of the game. Really trying to be as sharp as they can on their execution leading up to the Olympic Games. We talked about this not being preparation as much as it is crunch time. You got to be able to execute on everything you're doing at a high level leading up to it against a worthy opponent in the Russians, who are still selecting their roster and getting ready for the games coming up here. So a little more work to do, but lots of good signs for both teams as they move towards Rio.
So that'll wrap it up for us here in San Diego. A big thanks to our host here at Cathedral Catholic, our entire production crew, for my partner John Abdu, Greg Meskel, signing off. A 16-5 win for Team USA. We'll see you Sunday afternoon in Westwood on the campus of UCLA for USA and Russia. Have a great evening, everyone.